Hello friends, welcome to my channel, My Motherhood Studio. In today's video, I have something really important to discuss with all of you. Since the pandemic has continued and so do our children have continued with their virtual lessons or the home-based learning, it has been a real struggle for us as a parent, for teachers as an educator, and for our children who have to sit through long hours in front of the screen and do not have any sort of social interaction with their peers. So how do we make this little more comfortable and easy for our children, for us as a parent? How do we keep us sane and our children sane and calm? Because over the time I have noticed that children are getting very angry, they're getting very annoyed. Not only the children, rather we as parents are losing our temper. We are feeling very frustrated and angry because our children are feeling the same. So it's a very tough situation we all are facing in current times, but a little bit things which we can do from our end to make this journey a little more pleasant till we all together sail through these tough times will go a really long way. So that's what I'm going to discuss in today's video. However, before I proceed with my today's video, I would want you all to take a pause, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button to receive notification for all the new video uploads. This will really help me stay motivated, create more meaningful content for all of you, which will be relevant from different perspective, and precisely it will keep me going and would help me understand that what I am creating is worthy enough. So without wasting much time, I'm going to proceed with today's video. The suggestions what I am making in this video is completely out of personal experience as a parent and as an educator. We are currently living in Singapore, but prior to Singapore we lived in Tokyo, Japan, and my daughter had to undergo virtual school for quite some time, and it was quite difficult considering that it was the first time for all of us that such a thing took place, and it took us time to get adjusted to the routine, the way the classes were administered. However, over the time, while she continued with the classes, I saw that, her attention span kept going, kept sloping downwards. She started feeling very annoyed and irritable most of the times, which further led to a lot of other, things. For example, she wasn't able to focus on what the teacher was teaching. Her attention span had become really short. She wouldn't pay attention to the task being assigned to her, what she was supposed to do. So it was becoming very difficult. So what I try to analyze the situation, I try to realize what is making this happen. First and foremost, it was the first of a kind situation we had ever come across, so it was difficult for all of us to understand and react. So we took a pause and started reflecting at the situation, and we realized that first and foremost she wasn't getting the social interaction with her friends, wherein they would discuss, talk, interact in the classroom. They would see the teacher in person. All that had suddenly stopped. The physical activity, children were very physically active, going to the school, going to the after school activities, all had come to a sudden stop, which I'm sure is not surprising that children were behaving that way. We were behaving that way because to step out, we would think 10 times that whether we should step out of the house or not, even to do the essential jobs of bringing groceries and other things at home. However, when I reflected onto the situation, I realized that I really cannot address the peer interaction, because it was important that we all practice social distancing. So the other problem, which was that the physical activities had come to a sudden halt completely, was one I felt could be addressed, or maybe breaking the rhythm of sitting in front of the screen throughout would really help. And I started trying out different things with her. So I realized over the time things which really worked with us is what I'm going to share in today's video. So when children are sitting in front of the screen for very long hours, it gets really monotonous and tiresome for their brain, for their eyes, for physically, in all perspective, it's very tiresome. So what I started doing was, whenever she would get breaks in between her lessons, so sometimes it used to be a snack break or a lunch break, so she would usually not take very long to have her meal or the snack, so we would still have spare time with us. I started planning activities for her to do in between her virtual lessons. That is what I'm going to share. So these are the few activities which really work well for us. It may or may not work for you. You may probably try to modify the activities as per your needs and requirement, and you can see what works best for your child, or what your child enjoys the most, or something which they enjoy, if you can incorporate as part of the activities which they can do in between their school break times, the virtual lessons break time which they can do. So you really need not have too much planning for these activities. This is something which children probably just need to get used to, and they would just get going on their own next time when they'll have their break. So let me get started and share with you the activities one by one. Alright, the first activity which you all can encourage your children to do in between the breaks of their virtual lessons is yoga, because yoga is not just for adults, rather it can give children very important life skills that can help them succeed in the world. Yoga can help them manage their anxiety, improve emotional regulation, boost their self-esteem, and help them be more aware about their body, enhance their concentration and memory. It will also help them develop strength and flexibility, and last but not the least, it will teach them to be disciplined. Second activity which you can try, in case you have hula hoops at home for your children, nothing like it, because for this children have to move their entire body. There is a lot of coordination required. They need to separate their trunk movements from their limbs, which helps them maintain a balance and also incorporate flexibility in their motions at the same time. This not only helps them maintain balance, it also helps them strengthen their core, get them the much needed flexibility, and it gives them the confidence, and also indirectly helps them improve their attention span. So a simple act of just practicing hula hoop for 5 to 10 minutes in a day can bring so much benefit to your child. Next activity is playing a musical instrument. If your child is already learning a musical instrument, so they can very well utilize this break time to practice the musical instrument they are learning. Musical instrument really help children enhance their fine and gross motor skills. It also supports their sensory development, eye-hand coordination. It teaches them a lot of patience and perseverance, and it also accelerates their brain development. So in current times, music can really do the magic to your children if they are learning, especially any form of music, be it vocal or playing any specific instrument. My child can do skipping at home, so we've been doing that while she's attending her virtual lessons. What jump rope can do, it apart from improving their strength and endurance and reflexes, it can really help develop the left and right hemisphere of the brain, and it further improves the awareness, reading skills, memory, and mental alertness of your child. Isn't it very surprising? Even I was surprised when I got to know after reading a study about this. Jumping on the balls of their feet will require them to use their mind and body to make neural muscular adjustments, while they are getting imbalanced. So creating balance again, during continuous jumping is something really very important. So as a result, jumping will improve their coordination and dynamic balance. Most of the time, children like to assemble the same puzzle many times. So this can also help them improve their memory, and to take it forward, it also helps improve their self-esteem, because when they solve a puzzle, they find, they get a sense of achievement, and they feel more confident in their ability. So which indirectly further, enhances their self-esteem. The last activity which I am sharing today probably is not the least, and that is what we do every day, is reading. Reading, you all know, has immense benefits. There is a long list which I can go on with, but I'm not going to talk about it, because I believe that you all are certainly aware of the benefits which reading can bring about. So when children have these break during their virtual lessons, they can anytime pick a book which they enjoy reading, or explore new books and spend some time reading to calm themselves down, get disconnected from the virtual world, and have some, sane time, calm time for their own selves. It can be fiction, non-fiction, any sort of reading which they enjoy is definitely going to help them de-stress themselves, and it's going to be wonderful. I hope you all like the suggestions I made in today's video, and I really hope that it works for you and for your child. In case you are doing something really different and you think that as parents we all can incorporate in our children's routine, please do not forget to share in the comment section of this video down below. I would really love to hear from you that how are you keeping your sanity, and how are you helping your children stay calm and happy while they are attending their virtual lessons. I would love to take your ideas to the other parents as well, so that even they can get benefited. And thank you so much for watching today's video. Please stay tuned and keep watching, keep encouraging. And in case you have any other suggestions, recommendations, feedback, please feel free to put them down in the comment section of this video. I would love to hear from all of you. Thank you once again for watching today's video.